Hello guys, welcome to Programming Ask with Rotimi Oladepopo. I'm a programmer and full stack web developer, and I'm making this video to showcase a fully functional bank account application model I built to inspire young and struggling developers and help them set a growth benchmark for the level they need to attain to function in any tech community and acquire the capacity to build any kind of tech solutions for the banking industry. So this application is a complete model of the application that the bank use with few variations, but the beautiful thing is that the moment you are able to build this, then you can literally build any other solution for the bank industry. So let's say for instance a customer decides to open an account with a particular bank, and after the account is open, let's say the account holder is Tony Elumelu, and after opening the account his current balance is going to be zero. You can make this invisible and make it visible again by toggling this. Then they are going to see his account number here. Then the last deposit is going to be zero, the last withdrawal is going to be zero because no transaction has been done on the account. And we are in the account portal. You can see this is why this account is green and this deposit and withdrawal is red. Then if you come to this profile, you are going to see all of his details, the name, address, and a host of other details you can see. Then if you come to this FX trading, this is where trading is done. Let's say he wants to trade naira to other currencies. Let's say for instance he decides to trade 100,000 naira, and he's going to get the immediate value in USD, pounds, and euro. If he decides to trade 200,000, yeah, he's going to get the rate in US dollars and pounds and euros too. Then you come to statement of account. Here you are going to find the statement of account. Here it is currently empty because no transaction has been done on the account. So now let's go back to the account here. And now being the big boy that Tony Elumelu is, let's say for instance after opening the account he decides to deposit a sum of 500 million for a start. You have to come to this deposit portal. Once you click deposit, you are going to see that this is now a deposit portal. The deposit is going to turn to green. You can see it's green and others are red. Account and withdrawal is red. And here he decided to deposit 500 million, and let's start 500 1 2 3 1 2 3. That's 6 zeros after 500. And who is depositing? It is self. Bank uses self as a reference. Then you click approve. The moment you approve, it is going to process. It's processing, and you are going to have a current balance of 500 million naira here. You can see this is the current balance. You can also make it invisible and make it visible. You can see. Then a transaction history is going to be generated. This is what is usually generated and sent via SMS and email to customers. So this is a live application. So you can see this transaction type is deposit. The amount is 500 million. The balance is 500 million, and the system is going to generate a unique reference code for this transaction. And the system is also going to generate the time and date of the transaction. So for instance, this transaction is done on Tuesday, September 03, 2024 at 03:20 a.m. That's 20 minutes after 3. If you check my computer system now, you're going to see that this is 3:21 a.m. Then if you come to this account, you are going to now see that the last deposit on the account is 500 million naira. You can see 500 million naira, and the transaction date and time is also going to reflect here, which is September 03, 2024, 3:20 a.m. Now if you come to this statement, you are going to find that this transaction as reflected in the statement of account. So every time you go to the bank to print your statement of account, this is what is usually generated. You can see this is how it is generated. Now go back to the account. Now let's say Tony Elumelu decide to deposit again, maybe another time, and this time you decide to deposit 700 million naira. Then you come to this deposit portal again, and then you type 700 6 zeros 3 1 2 3. Then who is depositing? It is self. Then you click approve. The moment you click approve, the system is going to process it, and after that you're going to have 1.2 billion naira, and a receipt is also going to be generated. You can see the receipt. Transaction type is deposit, and amount is 700 million naira, and the balance is now 1.2 billion. You can see, and the reference code is also going to be generated, and the date and time of the transaction is also going to be generated. So if you go to the account here now, you are going to now see that the last deposit is now 700 million naira, and the date and time of the transaction is going to reflect. Now if you look at this last withdrawal, you are going to see that it is still zero and nil because no withdrawal has been done on the account. Now if you come to this statement now, you are going to see that the latest transaction has reflected. Now let's say, okay, Tony immediately decides to now do a withdrawal. Now you have to come to withdrawal portal. Let's say you decide to withdraw 350 million naira, 350, then 000,000. Then who is withdrawing? Is himself. Then you type self, then you click approve. It's going to process, and immediately a receipt is going to be generated. You can see now this time around that the transaction type here, scroll up. The transaction type is withdraw, and the amount is 350 million, and the balance is 850 million, and that's why you have the balance of 850 million naira here. You can see you can make it invisible and make it visible again. You can see now after the withdrawal, if you go to the account now, you are going to now see that the last withdrawal is going to reflect. It's now 350 million naira, and the time of transaction is 03:24 a.m. If you go to your statement, you are going to now see that the withdrawal transaction has reflected. Go back to your account, go back to withdraw again. Let's say this time around, I just want to withdraw maybe 120 million naira, 120, then 6 zeros, 1 2 3 1 2 3. Then who is withdrawing? Is self. Type self here, then click approve. Then it's going to process and approve. You can see now the receipt is also going to be generated. The transaction is withdraw, and the amount is 120 million naira, and the balance is now 730 million naira. And you go back to the account, we are going to now see that the last withdrawal is now 120 million naira, and the time and date of the transaction is also going to reflect here. Go back to your statement, you are going to find the last transaction. You can see the last transaction is now 120 million naira, and the balance is 730 million naira, and so on and so forth. Now go back to the account. Let's say this time I decide to deposit again, maybe 600 million naira, or let's just say 900 million naira. Go to the deposit portal, type 900, then 6 zeros, 1 2 3 1 2 3. That's 900 million naira. Now who is depositing? Is self. So once you click approve, then you're going to see that what's the balance? 1,630 million naira. If you come to this history here, you can go to see your history. This is your history now. Amount, transaction type is deposit, amount is 900 million naira, and the balance is 1.6 billion. If you go back to your account, you are going to now see that last deposit is 900 million naira, and the time of transaction is going to reflect, and the last withdrawal is still 120 million naira. Then go to the statement, you are going to now see that the transaction type this time around is now deposit, and the amount is 900 million, and the balance is 1,630 million naira. You can see that once you can build this kind of system, you can build any kind of solution for the banking industry.